Hi, I'm Kathleen Raay, and this is my budget analysis for the City of Downey fiscal year 23-24 annual budget. The City of Downey, incorporated in 1956, is 12.6 miles and located in the southeast Gateway Cities region of Los Angeles County. Located midway between Disneyland and downtown Los Angeles and equidistant from the ocean and the local mountains. Downey is a freeway convenient middle-class community. Downey is a charter city with a council manager form of government. The City of Downey has a population of 114,000, of whom approximately 74% are Hispanic. The median household income is $77,000, while the median home price is $805,000, and the median monthly rent is $1,500. The City of Downey's primary industries are healthcare, retail, and education or civil service. The City of Downey has its own school district comprising 24 schools. The city was established by John Gately Downey, who introduced oranges to the state of California. There are remnants of the orange, lemon, and avocado groves in the yards of homes across the city today. The city has a rich history of aerospace, beginning with aircraft manufacturing during World War II and culminating in the production of the space shuttle in the 1990s. Downey is also home to a Coca-Cola bottling plant and the oldest operating McDonald's. Downey is a full-service city that includes police, fire, medical services, water distribution, public transit, library services, recreation facilities, a civic theater, and a space center museum. The city's strategic goals are fiscal responsibility, economic vibrancy, efficiency and adaptability, quality of life, safety and infrastructure, and public engagement. Department accomplishments and goals demonstrate the city's overarching strategic goals. The budget book for the City of Downey lists its fiscal policies, which include compliance with GAAP, General Accepted Accounting Principles, adherence to GASB financial standards, maintaining a balanced budget, and maintaining a total reserves of 35%, and a debt policy that prohibits the use of long-term debt for current operations. Following GASB is an excellent budgeting feature that shows internal controls while maintaining a balanced budget and adhering to the city's debt policy are good practices in public budgeting. In his transmittal letter, City Manager Roger Bradley explains the city's conservative revenue estimates and ensures the maintenance of the city's reserves. The letter also discusses the current economic environment and the challenges it presents to the city. The housing market is being affected by rising interest rates, which slow the growth of property tax revenue. Unemployment and consumer confidence are also challenges. While Downey's unemployment rate is lower than overall Los Angeles County average at 4%, economic uncertainty is causing reduced consumer spending, which negatively affects sales tax revenue and business growth. The city intends to focus on economic development to attract new businesses and support current businesses. The city estimates a 14% overall increase in revenue, a moderate increase in property tax, a flattening of the sales tax, stable growth in utility user tax, and a slight increase in user fees per the Consumer Price Index. The city anticipates a 2.7% increase in expenditures. This is due to annual public events, a new theater program, new projects including software and system upgrades, the city's funding match for a light rail metro project, and ongoing increases in employee service costs. The city has tried to mitigate those costs by limiting the number of full-time staff and by modest compensation increases. Even with these mitigations, employee costs account for the largest share of general fund expenditures. A large portion of the budget challenge is associated with employee service costs. Retirement costs are an ongoing challenge, and revenue increases are only enough to cover these costs. The city saved $65 million by refinancing this liability and increased pension funding levels from 67% to 85%. Healthcare costs are anticipated to grow 4 to 5%. The city has mitigated these increases by requiring staff to contribute to premiums. The increase in minimum wage has affected the recruitment and staffing of part-time employees. Another challenge for the city is the current economic environment and inflation. This is resulting in material cost increases, construction cost increases, which increase the cost of public works projects, supply chain issues that delay equipment delivery, and higher fuel and labor costs. Looking forward to the upcoming fiscal year, the city will be adding a transient occupancy tax increase to the ballot. If approved, the increase would result in $950,000 to maintain city services. The city is also undertaking a long overdue cost allocation plan and user fee study. If implemented, could help the city recover the costs of its public services. The fund balance is the current year's surplus or deficit added to the prior year's balance. This is calculated by subtracting the city's liabilities from its current assets. The City of Downey has maintained a 38 to 46% fund balance over the past 10 years. The exception to this was during the COVID pandemic in fiscal year 2020 and fiscal year 2021, when the fund balance was 33%. The city's major sources of revenue are property tax and sales tax, which together account for 64% of the revenue. There is also an additional half-a-cent sales tax, Measure S, approved by taxpayer, which accounts for an additional 10.7% in revenue. Other sources of revenue include utility users tax, emergency services provided to outside agencies, franchise fees, and other taxes such as business license fees and transient occupancy tax. The city fiscal year 23-24 annual budget is $272 million. The general fund is $120 million of the overall budget. The budget's power is reflected in its expenditure allocation, with approximately 62% going to public safety. Public safety, police and fire expenditures total $71.3 million, or 62% of $115.1 million total general fund budget. This clearly shows the city's values. The city's budget is a mix of line item and performance-based budget formats. It is organized alphabetically by department, then division, then fund. The basic budget levels shown are in lump information, where the entire department's budget is listed, and then functional, where allocations for a few select activity amounts are listed. The city has selected capital outlay, contract services, indirect costs, operational materials and supplies, and personnel services. This format is not quite line item level, but does group data into broad activities and lists. Later on, we will see that performance measures are in a presentational performance budget classification level because they contain past and suggested future performance data. We now come to the police department section of the budget. You can see we have the total expenditures listed by division, then line item. Although the police department's overall budget is $45 million, only $43.6 million is the general fund, which includes a portion of the Measure S sales tax. The rest comes from various different funding sources. The police department lists its goals and objectives, noting how they align with the city's strategic goals, how tracking false burglary alarm activations meets the efficiency and adaptability goal, and homeless outreach efforts meet the quality of life, safety, and infrastructure goal. The performance measures section are for each division of the police department. These are the outputs of specific activities for those divisions, including a line graph showing the trends of past fiscal years to the projected numbers for the current fiscal year. This is a way of linking performance measures to the budget using the comparison of prior success approach and reporting performance data. The performance measures for the administrative department include training and neighborhood watch data. The detective division provides training and investigative data. The detective division includes specialized investigative teams, including the gang unit, the narcotics unit, and the Internet Crimes Against Children's Task Force. Field operations consists of uniform patrol and special operations, including traffic, canine, and homeless outreach team. The field operations department provides patrol and traffic-related data. There are 5 tasks of a good budget, and the City of Downey meets them all. Reasonable and balanced relationship. The city is fiscally conservative, understates expected revenues, insists on a balanced budget, and maintains sufficient reserves. Provides good information for policymaking. The budget is well prepared with easy to understand data for both the public and policymakers. Serves legal and political purpose. The city sets strict timelines for the preparation and adoption of the annual budget, which is voted on and passed through an official resolution. Preserves public confidence. A section of the budget explains the budget process and highlights basic revenue and expenditure numbers that show the public exactly what is being spent each year. Persuasive and addresses needs. The city manager's transmittal letter clearly explains the current economic environment and the challenges the city is facing. He also includes the steps the city is taking to address those challenges. Overall, I feel the City of Downey prepares a well laid out budget. It starts with basic expenditure and revenue information that is easy to understand, and the department-specific data is comprehensive, giving a good idea of what the budgeted funds are achieving. There were some discrepancies in totals between the pie charts and the graphs, but they were nominal, and I believe they may have been due to timing issues or simply typos. Again, I feel that the city puts out a good document that serves the community well. Thank you for your time. This is Kathleen Van Raay and the budget analysis for the City of Downey. Thank you.